Hi there, Robin here. Hey, look what I did. I'm doing my animation in color. Just for you. I'm so proud. Woohoo! Today I'm going over to my friend's coffee shop. We're going to go here and have, well, some delicious coffee and do a wee bit of an art speak, something I don't do very often. See, there it is, right on the corner. And we're going to have delicious coffee and do a chat, yummy coffee. Hey, I'm walking here. Don't growl at your engine at me, Sonny. Ha, Sonny. I can say that at my age. Ha ha. Awesome coffee. Hi. Here's a nice soft chair for me. And, well, I'm going to get myself organized. Paints and paper and coffee. Woo-hoo. And, oh, this ginger latte is so good. It's good for thinking. It's good for chatting. I love having things ready for projects, but I can't do that in a messy mind. I struggled this year with Inktober because I entered an art competition that was at the same time as Inktober, and that really took up most of my focus energy. Because you have to remember, well, you don't have to remember, but I have to remember that I'm ADD and OCD. And yes, I anthropomorphize them both because I'm an artist after all. So these two things, Inktober and the competition, created some friction for me. I wanted to complete Inktober because the OCD wanted me to, and I made a promise to myself that I would, but I could also see that when I was doing it, my mind was elsewhere on the other painting. So Inktober suffered because I wasn't happy with it, but at least I completed the painting to how I wanted it to be done. And so that was a win, not a win in the competition because I didn't do that, but I did win by getting the painting completed to my satisfaction. But I'm upset about Inktober, which means I'm going to redo Inktober. But I will be giving myself a new focus idea. Normally I did it in steampunk, but I think, well, I will use Inktober to help me out with the theme of designs and drawings for my animation. I love creating animation and cartoons, but it takes a tremendous number of drawings for one video. So I decided to combine these needs for myself: animation drawings and cartoons using the Inktober prompts. But I have a bit of a problem because, again, I'm ADD and OCD, and yes, this is them. These can create an inner struggle, a battle really, a battle royale. And when I have finished unfinished jobs and a mess and clutter from my ADD mind, it wreaks havoc in the studio. And this causes Madam OCD mind to get really distracted, and that's where I go into overwhelm. In this bad state, nothing gets done except frustration. I have this thing in my brain, and this is the sentence that is always there in my OCD brain, and it causes me to think like this: a messy studio equals distractions in the form of a mess, unfinished jobs, and clutter, which makes me restless and changes my focus and looks like, and triggers me like crazy, and I go into overwhelm. OCD and ADD have a full-on drag-out battle to win, and this is where I need to organize my thoughts and the studio. For the past week, I've been doing just that. This can also happen, this battle can also happen after a big event in my life, especially when it's a creative one like painting for a competition. I always feel the need to tidy up my art studio, give it some love, and I guess that's in the form of also, cleaning out my mental closet. I have to have a neat and tidy art studio to create, for creating new experiences, new creative art experiences. So this is what I'm doing. I've prepared canvases for the coming year because in this year I plan to be painting larger but also smaller So the larger canvases, they're the sizes around about over 80 centimeters by 100 centimeters. I guess that's a yard and a bit by a yard and a bit-ish, or feets and a bit and feets and a bit. And I have to gesso and sand them with my favorite gesso recipe. I'm giving that to you now. It's 1 part paint, 1 part glue, and 1 part talc. And this is just what I like to do. And I roll it on with a roller and then I sand it down. I'm preparing these canvases because I don't like leaving things till the last minute. And I will prepare for different paintings this year. I'm going to welcome these new ideas because, well, there's going to be a competition again next year. And I want to be ready and able to choose 2 for the best for next year. And that means I have to have them ready. I'm not going to wait till the last minute like this time. It was like 2 weeks and I had to get it ready. I was happy with it, but it was rushed and I didn't love that. I also prepared some small watercolor canvases for Inktober and other small challenges that I might come up with. And they're like 5 by 7 or 22.5 cms by 15. And I'm going to use those for maybe another, other drawings. Something else that I like to do that'll be small and easy to do in a coffee shop. I cut watercolor paper down, and I like to mount them to a cardboard surface. And I like the cardboard paper because it firms up and gives it some strength for the watercolor paper. I also really liked looking around, and what I saw was I have lots of stuff. Lots of art supply stuff. And I found I really need some more shelving and to get rid of some of the art clutter. Okay, it's not art clutter even. Some of it's just non-essential and non-inspiring. It's just a mess. I hate a deep hole of clutter because that is my other mind distraction. Art supplies can be good clutter, but I don't like hoarding or art supplies that is hiding in the wee corners that I forget about. I know that's shocking to forget about art supplies, so I don't like any of that being forgotten and left alone, never to be used again. So for the next long while, I'm not going to be buying any more art supplies. Let's call it an anti-haul because, well, I don't need it and I need to use what I have. I found that in the buying, I don't do the doing. I get distracted by the buying and trying to find the best deal. So this whole adventure of the studio is my birthday and Christmas present to myself. It's getting organized and giving myself creation time, the best gift possible. I'm going to use these unused art supplies that, well, it's like my potential is waiting to be creative. And unexpressed potential is so, so sad. I want to give myself the opportunity to really experience art fully in whatever I choose. And I have a lot of stuff here to do that with. So I'm going through my art supplies and cleaning up and getting ready for this great year. My gift of creating for myself is so, so sweet. I'm celebrating it. I'm going to do it by making more art. So thank you. And, well, thank you, me, because I get to give myself something special. I hope that you give yourself the time for creating and sharing your artwork and art with the world too. I hope you enjoyed this video. And now, with a clean studio and a ready studio and ready supplies, the creating is the name of the game. So hopefully we'll see you later, and happy creating. Sign up and subscribe.